Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down the Expanse, specifically the destruction of the asteroid and space station Eros. You should check out previous episodes because otherwise you're just straight up going to be lost. To give you the bare bones to get into the content though, humanity has become a multiplanetary species with three major factions. Earth is the most rich, powerful, and established, but also the most politically and technologically stagnant. Mars is a technologically and militarily zealous faction, as colonizing the Red Planet has come with harsh challenges that have hardened its people. The Belt is an anarchic frontier with tons of material wealth, but its people are controlled by the inner planets, exploited for their labor, and they yearn to break free and be considered political equals. An Earth-based corporation, Protogen, has unleashed an alien bioweapon on the space station of Eros in order to study its effects on the 270,000 inhabitants. In order to distract from this atrocity, they provoked a shooting war between Earth, Mars, and the Belt by blowing up an Earth-owned ice hauler, the Canterbury, and the Martian battleship, the Doniger. Survivors of these incidents have made it their mission to uncover the conspiracy and to prevent the spread of this deadly pathogen. Through grit, determination, and a bit of dumb luck, this crew have obtained a Martian frigate, renamed her the Rocinante, and have launched a daring plan to end the threat of Eros. A Belter strike team will board the station and cover the surface in nuclear mines. They will glass the surface of the asteroid, preventing any tourists, mercenaries, or pirates from jumping into the station and then spreading the infection. Simultaneously, they will ram the asteroid with a massive colonial ship, the Nauvoo, and knock the space station into the sun. It's a dangerous gamble, but the fate of the human species is at stake, and nefarious forces are playing their own games. Let's take it from there.
Okay, apart from us, we are the only ones in the general vicinity, Ian. Hang on. A couple of UNN and Martian ships out of the Jupiter fleets are changing course. Calculating. They're heading our way.
It was bound to happen. No way we could hide this much activity forever.
It doesn't matter. By the time they get here, it'll be too late.
All right, let's do this. Amos, drop the ordnance.
Roger that. Bombs away.
Always wanted to say that.
Feels like we're covering up a crime.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like.
Guy Molinari, ordnance is in position on the catwalks and tracking beacons are on. You're clear to start your run.
Thank you, Rocinante. We'll take it from here. Demolition teams, stand by to deploy.
Want to stay here? Keep my seat warm?
Fuck off, kid.
All right, everybody ready?
You got this, spaceman. Thanks.
Demolition teams, you must finish placing the bombs at the precise locations around Eros docks and be out before the Nauvoo hits. Impact minus 2 hours, 57 minutes.
Alex, swing by the docks. I want to make sure we're the only ones who left.
You got it, Hoss.
Hey, look, you gonna puke?
It's not the end I'm worried about.
How the hell you about it? Never done no spacewalk ever.
I'm more of a city belter.
Oh shit. Where are my detonators?
What? You should have busted your ass back to that prison barge on Ceres.
Got him right here, Miller.
Shit.
You need to lighten up, okay?
You seem real eager to want to go floating out into space, kid.
Come on, Pumper. Fresh air. Jesus. You okay back there, Miller?
goddamn right it's bad.
Relax, Bumper. Good rock hopper always bring a spare. Spacewalk pretty awesome, yeah?
I still say you ain't never been laid, kid.
Yeah, whatever. It'll be my first.
Dresden was one of the chief architects and scientists on the Eros project who would have been a treasure trove of information, both scientific insights on the alien bioweapon and, under interrogation, a person that could have helped them dismantle and safeguard the proto-molecule. Unfortunately, Miller shot him in the face and put 2 rounds into his vital organs, making him unavailable. Paolo Cortazar was the scientist on the Eros project saved by Detective Miller and secured by Fred Johnson. It's revealed that the scientists were surgically altered in order to eliminate their empathetic brain centers to make them better analysts on the proto-molecule, effectively surgically modified sociopaths to forward the project. Amos, a sociopath created the good old-fashioned way, genetic propensity and childhood trauma, is able to bond with Cortazar in order to get additional information. The proto-molecule is an unimaginably complex biological mechanism. It infects and then co-ops whatever it touches, rewriting DNA, RNA, cardiovascular systems, muscular systems, skeletal systems, endocrinological systems, consuming inorganic material, and then maneuvering all those systems towards a great work. What that work is, humanity doesn't know, but the point of the Eros project was to allow the work to continue, to study the way the proto-molecule operates, and then to isolate and rewrite it for humanity's own ends. Should the great work become an existential threat, Eros was small enough that it could be destroyed without risking the entire solar system. Dresden summarized at best that humanity was in a war with an unknown enemy who had fired an incomprehensibly powerful weapon at Earth, and without this knowledge, humanity was blind, ignorant, and vulnerable. It was his sincere aspiration to hijack the proto-molecule and then design humanity into transhuman explorers of the stars, no longer slave to their biological limitations and powerful enough to face whatever species had fired this weapon into the solar system. The Belters are a bit more skeptical of this great work, and since it came with the price tag of 270,000 unwilling Belter sacrifices, they're not too keen about it. It was Miller who came up with the idea to use the Mormon generation ship, the Nauvoo, to ram Eros into the sun. Despite Fred Johnson and Holden hating his guts for killing Dresden unilaterally, this idea actually warms Miller back up to the Outer Planets Alliance and to Naomi Nagata. The Latter-day Saints ship Nauvoo was a generation colony ship meant to carry thousands of Mormon colonists to the Tau Ceti star system. It was the largest capital ship ever constructed and could fit 4 MCRN Donnager-class battleships within its cylindrical hull without touching. It was approximately 2,000 meters long, and its giant cylinder rotated, giving the occupants approximately 1/3 of Earth gravity. The exodus to Tau Ceti was estimated to take a century, meaning that the ship was estimated to achieve 10 to 15% of the speed of light during its voyage. While his ship was unarmed, it was 100 million tons of steel that Miller realized could be used as a battering ram to knock Eros into the sun. Fred Johnson is destroying his political and industrial reputation by sacrificing the Nauvoo, but he's willing to do so to safeguard the solar system. The Guy Molinari and Rocinante form up a strike force to take out Eros. The Rocinante will provide overwatch while Outer Planets Alliance operatives aboard the Guy Molinari land on Eros and set up the nuclear mines. The Guy Molinari was a cargo ship named after a beloved ferry boat on Earth, in turn named after a politician from Staten Island, New York. It was used in the raid on Toss Station and now transports the OPA strike team. Miller, the ex-cop, and Iogo Harari, the water thief, are teamed up again for this demolition mission. Iogo wasn't always a water thief, or a gangster, or an Outer Planets Alliance terrorist. He tried to go straight and work with his uncle Matteo. While on a run, scavenging minerals from abandoned rocks in Martian-controlled space, they were boarded by a Martian patrol craft. Uncle Matteo didn't have enough money to maintain his license, and they were already losing a substantial amount of the haul due to old netting. The Martians were totally unconcerned with the financial desperation of the Belters, and instead promised to put a lien on their cargo haul until their licensing and taxes were caught up. Not only that, but they prohibited the mining ship from passing through the Martian restricted zone. Uncle Matteo told the Martians they didn't have enough fuel, and this was condemning him and his nephew to death. The Martians didn't care. Cornered, drunk, angry, and unable to cope, Uncle Matteo spaced Iogo in an EVA suit. He then burned straight at the Martian patrol craft and used his mineral haul like a shotgun blast to smash it. He was shot down in the effort. Yogo was left for hours on the float, originally thinking his uncle was murdering him for his incompetence, but instead coming to believe that his uncle spared him because he loved him and attacked the Inners, dying a hero of the belt. Since then, Yogo has aspired to be as brave as his uncle, and he is at home in the black. Miller doesn't know why he's still alive except to serve the people of the belt. He was a street rat the same as Yogo. He became a cop because his best friend, Semitamba, had sold it to him as a way to get off the street, get a steady paycheck, a roof over their heads, food in their belly, and the boot off of their necks. Miller had done so and even carved out his own version of justice within his small dominion. Miller's obsession with Julie Mao, a spoiled rich girl who had left everything behind in order to save the belt from the evil machinations of her father, had inspired him on a level he didn't even know was possible. He fell in love with her both in a paternal protective sense and romantically. This obsession got him fired as a cop, sent him to Eros as it was being infected, and resulted in bitter disappointment when he was unable to save Julie. It seems that with nothing else to live for, he's trying to be worthy of Julie's sacrifice by doing whatever's necessary to save the belt and the system from the threat of the protomolecule. Even if this means a dangerous spacewalk, arming nuclear warheads, and risking infection from protomolecule. Yogo gives Miller flack for his bad landing on the station. Miller gives him flack for being a virgin. They both start working on the mines as the Nauvoo bears down on them, still millions of kilometers away, but a massive battering ram gathering speed. The Rocinante finds a ship with a fired-up engine and a living crew. They are doctors and volunteers on a rented ship, the Marasmus, attempting to save anyone from Eros. The Marasmus is a rentable medical transport out of Palace Station, currently crewed by the organization Aid Without Allegiance. The doctor aboard has a French accent, in allusion to the organization Médecins Sans Frontières, known as Doctors Without Borders in English. This organization was founded in 1971 as a French international humanitarian organization attempting to ignore the tribalisms of war and politics and deliver medical aid to the most destitute people on Earth. It seems this mission has been expanded into the solar system, with Dr. Victor Mispled heading this venture. Holden pretends to be a Martian patrol and orders the Marasmus to prepare to be boarded. They don't actually have time to board them, but he wants to sufficiently scare the crew of the Marasmus to convince them to leave.
Mind the gap. Hey, keep going. I'll catch up with you.
Hey, we got the job.
Do what I said. Rocinante, we got a body in an airlock down here.
What airlock? The whole station's completely locked down.
It's in an old mech shaft off the catwalk.
Airlock's definitely been hacked. Ah, Jesus. This guy. He's got protomolecule all over him. Looks like he's been inside.
Is there a ship name on his vac suit?
Erasmus.
They just lit up their drive. They're pushing off.
Jam their comms and get them on tight beam.
Rocinante, what's the problem? We're complying with your orders.
You lied to me, Doctor. You hacked into Eros. We found your dead colleague in the airlock.
I told Dr. Kane not to touch it, but he never listened. He tried to get a sample, but it attacked him. Almost like it felt threatened. I've never seen anything like it. It was everywhere.
Holden, they're changing course, heading back around Eros. They're trying to use the asteroid to block out jamming.
You need to turn your ship around right now and surrender to us. All of you might be infected. We have to be sure.
We swore an oath and have a duty to broadcast the truth to the
Listen to me, Doctor. You have no idea what you're dealing with here.
It's not a disease. It's obviously some kind of weapon. You Martians have been using these builders as guinea pigs.
If any one of you are infected, you could wipe out millions. Turn your ship around! I promise you'll not be harmed.
We won't let you silence us to protect your experiment.
If you broadcast, people will come here to investigate and we won't be able to contain it. This is not our experiment. We're not a military unit. My name is James Holden. I am not your enemy.
We're out of time. If they get the asteroid between our ships, we'll lose our jamming signal and they will be able to broadcast everything they saw inside Eros.
Alex, get a missile lock. Release fire control to me.
You serious?
Just do it!
You got less than a minute.
I'm trying to save your life. I swear to you, we want the same thing. Please, don't make me kill you.
If we truly want the same things, then you know what you need to do.
You got 30 seconds. Ten seconds.
Damn it!
Miller, you've got high-speed debris incoming. Get to cover immediately.
Get to cover now!
Shit. Miller, where the hell are you? Shit! Take cover! Get out! Shit!
While setting up the mines, Miller finds a hacked airlock with an infected crew member of the Marasmus. He radios this into the Rocinante, which shocks Holden into action. Dr. Misbled admits that they got into Eros, and one of his crew members was infected. Dr. Kane attempted to take a sample of protomolecule, but in doing so, he angered the hive. It attacked, infected, and killed him. Dr. Misbled cannot allow Holden to cover up this atrocity, and feels it's his moral duty to escape and tell the whole system of what happened. Holden tells Alex to lock onto the Marasmus and give him fire control. Holden has been in a ton of deadly encounters in the past few weeks. However, he has not specifically taken a human life with the full weight of that decision on his shoulders, and that rattles him. He decided to investigate the Scopuli, which got the crew of the Canterbury killed, but he specifically did not pull the trigger. He was willing to kill a Protogen member on the Donager in self-defense, but he was saved by a Martian Marine. He got into 2 gunfights on Eros, but he had blasted away, not knowing if he had specifically hit anyone. He abandoned the Earther spy on Eros to die, but he did not have the stomach to pull the trigger and kill him outright. This scenario is completely psychologically different. Not only will James Holden be pulling the trigger with no one else to blame or hold accountable, but he will be killing a dozen people, noble men and women who were at the wrong place at the wrong time. He might even like or admire Dr. Misbled in another circumstance. He might take this man out for beers in another circumstance, but the risk is just too great. If anyone aboard the Marasmus is infected, they could infect and kill millions of others. If the doctor broadcasts what's happened on Eros, tourists, mercenaries, and pirates will descend on Eros like vultures to pick at its carcass as it flies into the sun, leading to the spread of the infection and millions more deaths. Balancing the deaths of millions against killing a dozen innocent men and women, hands shaking, Holden fires and destroys the Marasmus, killing its crew. The Marasmus was burning around Eros, attempting to get free of the Rocinante's jamming equipment, and so the debris has turned into high-velocity shrapnel, raining down onto Eros. Iogo and Miller have to take cover to avoid being pulverized.
Stay off this channel! Iogo! I got a puncture! I need a hand!
I got problems of my own. Use the sealant.
Please get air!
Chest pouch, chest pouch. Chest pouch, chest!
Hey, thanks for all your help, kid. Kid?
Big problem, Pampa.
What?
Detonator safety got fried.
Okay. Can't you turn it off?
No. Control panel go. Got to keep finger on the button on timer start. 60-second reset. Best we can do.
Jesus. God damn it. This thing blows. Set off all the other bombs. When the Navu gets here to screw up the trajectory, this whole thing will be for nothing.
So, we dead.
We? Go. Get back to the ship. You better go before I change my mind and hand this thing back to you. Hey, kid. Don't get late, will ya?
Demolition teams are back on board. Guy Molinari is underway, making to clear the blast zone.
Understood, Molinari. We're doing the same.
Miller. Miller, answer me. Are you all right?
You know, I have never been better.
Thought we lost you there. Break out the drinks. You earned it.
That sounds awesome. Oh, I really wish I could, but I'm still on Eros.
What?
Yeah, the debris field messed up my last bomb. Timer kicked in. I'm gonna keep a finger on the switch, keep it from going off, so make sure we didn't come all this way for nothing.
Give me the bomb's transponder code. I'll override it from here.
Nah, it wouldn't do any good. I'd never make it out of here in time.
Then we're coming to get you.
Don't be an idiot. Just make sure the job gets done and get out of here. Just you and me now.
Miller. Miller, come in. Miller. Miller!
He's dead.
Ain't that fitting?
Guys, what the hell just happened? The Navu just missed. How the hell did it change course?
What the fuck? The Navu didn't move.
Eros did.
Miller has an air leak and has to quickly use an adhesive patch to survive. That's not the only bad news, though. The trigger for one of the nuclear mines has been damaged and is now on a 60-second timer that must be manually overridden in order to not go off. Miller opts to babysit the nuclear warhead, giving Iago the opportunity to retreat to the Guy Molinari. You can tell that while these men have given each other flack, they simultaneously resent, hate, and love each other as only brothers in arms can. The Nauvoo closes, and Miller is ready to die by being rammed by a behemoth ship, setting off a chain reaction of nukes that guarantees the safety of the solar system. No one wants to die, no one wants to go into the unknown, but if you have to die, sacrificing yourself in a way that saves millions of lives, following a person you admire and love into oblivion, is certainly a good way to go. Eros denies Miller this fate. Eros has been hijacked by the protomolecule and has achieved semi-sentience. It observes the Nauvoo and uses a heat bloom for thrust to push itself off course, avoiding the ram. The Rocinante and Miller panic, realizing that even if they glass the surface of the asteroid, they are now on a collision course for Earth at a breakneck speed. Earth must defend itself to prevent infection, and so while they're grappling with the mechanics of the situation, they decide they must launch a full nuclear strike. Half of their arsenal will be used to break up Eros, and the other wave will be used to destroy as many meteors as possible. All it will take, though, is one meteorite with living protomolecule to infect the planet. Once the first barrage is launched, Eros disappears from radar as if it were a stealth craft. The protomolecule has pooled all the knowledge of those infected and of the sensors and databanks of Eros itself to become more intelligent and more dangerous than any human in the system. The Rocinante pursues and paints Eros with the laser designator for the arsenal to follow, but the speed is overwhelming, crushing the crew in their chairs. It's only a matter of time before their physiology fails and they stroke out due to the combination of flight drugs and crushing thrust. Miller orders them to stand down because he hears Julie Mao's voice amongst the cacophony of ghostly voices on Eros. The heat bloom at the heart of Eros is in the Blue Falcon Hotel, and Miller believes a piece of Julie is still left. If the Rocinante continues its pursuit, they are only accelerating the rock towards Earth and killing themselves in the process. Miller reasons he can try to communicate with the ghost of Julie Mao, and if that fails, he can set off a nuke at Eros' heart, hopefully maiming the monster sufficiently that it leaves it vulnerable to Earth's defenses. After an arduous trek, Miller makes it to the Blue Falcon Hotel and finds Julie.
You need to wake up now, kid. Hey. Can you hear me? You need to come back to me now. You're on Eros, kid. Eros Station. Not what it used to be. It used to step up, actually.
What happened to me? I don't like it.
Hey, we never really officially met. I'm Miller. Used to be a cop on Ceres. I was supposed to find you. Bring you home.
Kidnap job.
Yeah. Kinda cocked that up, though.
They left me here all alone. They never came for me.
Listen, Julie, right now, this station, this rock is headed for Earth real fast.
I dreamed that I was racing.
Yeah.
I was going home.
Yeah, we're gonna need to stop that, Jules.
No. You can't take the razor back.
You never took shit from anyone, did you? But you're driving this bus, Julie. Do you know that?
I miss Earth.
I know, kid. You can't go to Earth. A lot of good people are gonna die if we go there. They're the same people you're fighting for.
I can make it stop. It won't stop.
Okay, Julie, but you gotta try.
Can't stop the work.
All right, we don't stop the work. But we don't have to go to Earth, right? Why don't we go to Venus? We're headed that way anyway. Go to Venus, work continues.
I don't think I can.
I came an awful long way to find you. Because I believe in you. You made a guy like me. And even something. I know you're a fighter. I know. You can steer this ship.
I'm done fighting. I just want to go home.
You can't go home, Julie. I'm sorry. You can go anywhere else in the whole universe, but we can't go home, buddy. Okay? Today, I need you to know, whatever happens, wherever you go, you're not gonna do it alone. I need you to hold something for me, okay?
I can't feel my hands.
It's all right. You're right here. They're beautiful hands. I got them. Here. Just hold this for a minute. Don't let go.
What is it?
It won't hurt you.
What happens to us now?
I don't know. We die, maybe. Or if we don't die, that'll be interesting. Whatever happens, happens to both of us. It's gonna be okay.
You belong with me.
Miller finds Julie, and what happens next defies belief, but so did many things in the past few weeks. Julie has been rewritten and reconstituted into protomolecule, the seed crystal from which Eros has blossomed. A seed crystal is a smaller, single piece of material that is melted and then becomes a much larger, but nearly identical version of the initial design. The design of the protomolecule is to infect biological matter, no matter how small or complex, infect as much additional biological material as necessary, and then co-opt the organism into the quote-unquote great work. Julie, as the heart of the infection on Eros, has been co-opted by the system in order to push towards the great work, but in her reconstitution, she has regenerated a consciousness much like her original one. She even references information she shouldn't have access to, like Miller's mission to find her being a quote-unquote kidnap job. This is only possible through her access to the databanks on Eros and her godlike omniscience to consume and regurgitate information via the protomolecule. What's left of Julie, though, is not fully in control. When Miller informs her that they cannot go to Earth because it'll kill billions, the protomolecule overrides Julie, telling Miller that you cannot stop the work. Miller reasons with the ghost of Julie, though, telling her that the work can continue, just not on Earth. At this point, the fear of failure has Miller consider committing suicide by nuke. It'll kill him, kill the ghost of Julie, maim the beast of Eros, and make it more vulnerable for Earth's defenses. But even with all of that, it may just still infect Earth via a surviving meteorite and kill billions more. He instead opts for an insane gambit. He will merge with Julie and try to lend her the strength to control Eros away from Earth. He gets the ghost of Julie to hold onto the bomb, surrendering the choice to fate. He then unsuits, knowing that he'll be infected and likely die. He joins Julie in an embrace, praying that it'll be enough. It is, and the ghost of Julie Mao is persuaded. She drives Eros into Venus, detonating on its surface, but scarily enough, able to continue the great work. Fred Johnson, the crew of the Rocinante, and Iago watch and mourn Miller's sacrifice. Iago gets a common Belter neck tattoo symbolizing his dedication to the Outer Planets Alliance. During the early days of colonization, cheap extravehicular suits had poor mobility and electric nodes in the neck with poor insulation. These would cause burns on the Belters' necks, symbolic of their slave status to the inner planets. These neck tattoos are dedicated to the Belters who came before, and a promise to throw off the yoke of the Inners. Iago gets this tattoo to commemorate Miller's sacrifice, Iago's own dangerous service, the death of his uncle, and his dedication to the OPA. Miller, in the ghost of Julie Mao, saved Earth for now, but on Venus, the work continues, which brings us to the end for now. If you want to support the channel, please remember to like the video, share it with your friends, ring the bell for new videos, and comment for the comment gods. Your viewership helps me in the algorithm, and it is appreciated. Also, be sure to check out Counterpoints 40K and Star Wars, linked in the description and the homepage. If you want to take your support a bit further, please become a YouTube member or support us at patreon.com/counterpoints. Check out the other videos on the channel, support our sponsors. I'll catch you in the next one.